I brought out the Charvel Henrik Donhage guitar today, and I felt like playing a little bit of Evergrey. How about that? It's signed by Henrik too. How cool is that? Holy shit. FAQ 169. Hope you guys are doing good. This is the show where I answer your questions. You put your questions in the comment section of this video, and I might answer them, depending on how good your question is. Let's just go. Matej Gligorevic. Fuck, Ola, it's been a while since you've given an update or an Adventures with Ola segment on your home in the country. Did you fully move in? Great question. A couple of years back, we bought a house on the countryside, and a lot of people have been asking what has happened to this house. There's not as if there's nothing happening with the house. It's just that since then, I've taken a decision to not show as much of my private life with you guys. It's not about you guys, it's more about me being a little bit more cautious with what I show. And you know, it's not only my house, it's the house where my kids reside, and you know, where Louise decides, where my family reside. You know, I've become a little bit more reluctant of showing that side of me because I don't have to, really. So it's more about protecting myself and my family a little bit. And not that all of you guys are stalkers or anything, but just saying that, you know, I've just taken a decision that what I will show to you guys is more about what's happening here at the office and in my musical business career more than, you know, what's happening when I'm, you know, taking a shit or going to the bathroom or going to school with Ola. Maybe that's a good new idea for a series. Ola goes to school. So it's not that the house is gone or anything like that, it's just that I've decided not to talk about my private life since then. So there you go, hope that answers your question. Mr. Phil, will you ever design a new headstock shape? I like the reverse pointy stock, but it looks weird on the G shape in my personal opinion. Well, that's the cool thing about personal opinion, is that it's your personal opinion. Subjective, I think it fits fucking kick ass on the G shape guitar. Okay. For the sake of science, let's grab a guitar, you guys. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks fucking sick as fucking face suck. Sick. Very sick. Look at that. In my personal opinion, I think a G-shaped guitar should look like this and have a headstock like this. Huh? But that's okay. I understand that's your opinion, but my opinion is this. And I'm the owner of the brand, and that's the coolest thing about being owner of the brand. You can decide for yourself. This right here is the Solar headstock. Okay, good talk. Arthur Alexander, hi Allah, hope you're doing great. A question about reamping. Do you use it often? On which albums do you reamp guitars? And which is your favorite reamp guitar tone? Both in yours and other albums. Great question. Basically all my previous albums from 2010 and forward are reamped afterwards, which means that I've recorded a DI signal first, and then after all the guitars have been recorded, then I record a reamped guitar tone or through an amplifier. Why I'm doing this is just really, really convenient. You know, I can sit here and record a song, you know, don't have to set up a particular sound right now. I can do it later. So it's just really about convenience more than anything. My favorite reamped guitar tone, I think my favorite reamp guitar tone of mine is on Starsinger, I think. You know, the Mesa Badlander and the TS9 Ibanez. On another album, you know, I'm pretty certain that a lot of the modern albums, like 90% of the modern metal albums today, are reamped. Someone records DI and then they reamp it. There's not too many people that record an amplifier direct. That's just what I think and believe. So I would say that a favorite reamped guitar tone. You know, I'm a big fan of the Arch Enemy, you know, Doomsday Machine guitar tone, and that is a reamped signal. I know this because I made a tone video of this, and I talked to the guys that produced the album, and they reamped. I don't remember what it was, but it was was it a 5150 or no? It was a crank. Yeah, it was a crank. That has an insanely good guitar tone. So there you go. Good question. Parallax Gaming. Ola, what's behind the curtain? That's actually a legit question. Let's check it out. Good thing I have this camera. This is my moving camera right now. I can move it. Oh, vlogging with Ola. Let's move. What's behind the curtain, everyone? I think there's daylight behind the curtain. That's what it is. Yes, Windows. Here's an old hard drive, a good old Lazy That's the mixer right there for the lights, for the ceiling lights. And out here is this amazing view of the local post office. How about that? So exciting. What's behind the curtain? Next time, maybe something else. I don't know. Dolguldur. Ola, why you no longer make guitar pickup review? Legit question. God damn it, you guys. You're giving some legit questions now. Why am I not doing any pickup reviews? Well, it's for the simple fact that I don't like switching pickups on guitars. So I'd rather just have a guitar with the pickups being installed in them and make a video of that. Just saying. And that doesn't really happen that often. So that's why I'm not making a pickup review. And there's so many other pickup reviews out there, man. I'm keeping it in the back of my head, okay? I'm gonna store it up there, that old nugget, and maybe I'll do something, you know, one video at least in the future. I don't know. Christian Ferrer, just discovered this channel. What's the name of Ola's band? Hello, I'm Ola Englund, the Swede. I'm come from Sweden. I play guitars, and I'm in a band called The Haunted, and I'm also in a band called Feared, and that's it. Blue Phoenix 386. Oh, do you guys remember 386 computers? You know, Intel 386. We never had a 386. We had a 486 before you got Pentium and shit like that. But now I'm derailing, talking old computer whiz shit. No, it's just old processors, okay? How long does it take to learn music by ear? Does it take a lot of practice and learning? Because I want to learn how to do that on guitar. I'm already on 3 years. Great question. How does one learn music by ear? At least back in the day when I was watching TV, I would sit with a guitar, and if I heard music on the TV, I would try and play it. You know, play together with the music on the TV at the same time. So that was just a way of me on trying to find notes. You know, you hear a melody and you're like, trying to find notes, and eventually you just get better and better at it. And that has really helped me to try and learn new songs today, just take them out by ear. That's a good tip. Just sit in front of your TV while watching something, and you sit with your guitar and practicing or whatever, and when you hear a melody line on TV, try and pick it out, or just try and be as close as you can. And also just try learning songs, man. It's a process, a practicing process, just like any other, you know, skill on guitar that you have. You have to practice sweeping and tapping and legato and all that. Just picking out things by ear, that's also something you need to practice. It doesn't come like this, you know. You have to do it often. Agent Smith, well, now I feel duped. I watched Ola's Goodbye Satan video and believed he was getting rid of it, but there it is. What other lies are you telling me, Ola? Okay, he's talking about the Randall Satan, which I made a video called Goodbye Satan. And the reason I called it Goodbye Satan was that it was not being made anymore after that video, because I decided to split with Randall. So, can't I call the video Goodbye Satan? Doesn't mean I have to sell it. I mean, they're not being made anymore. They're more like a cult amplifier now instead. Just saying, just clarifying things, but shit, I feel a little violated by this guy. He seems really, he has a hostile tone in his question, but that's okay. In here on Ola's FAQ, we stay positive at all times, okay? Guillaume, do you just get married? This is the first time I see you with a ring on your annular. On my annular? I think he's referring to my finger. Well, you know, I've been married since 2008. It's just that you don't really see me wearing rings a lot, because when I'm playing guitar, I don't use rings because they're in the way. So, and what do I do on my channel? I play guitar. At least I did play a lot of guitar back in the day. Now, not so much maybe, but I just keep the ring off when I'm at the office, and you know, when I play guitar, because I think it's in the way. When I'm playing live, I try to remove them just to, you know, I just want to have 0 things that can affect my playing, and a ring does. Just that, I think. Boomer Bass meme. Your Shameless Plugging merch placement game has improved. Maybe add a Will It Plug t-shirt. I didn't have a Will It Plug t-shirt on me right now, but you're right. I'm really good at selling my shit. OlaEnglundShop.com. Thank you. You can get some really cool merch from there. Anton T. Hi, Ola. I don't know if this is the place to place a question, but what does a producer does? How it's been the process of composing along your career, realizing new album, and how that has changed. The role of a producer has definitely changed throughout the years. Back in the day, a producer was in the songwriting aspect as well. I mean, you had a band, and then you picked a producer. The producer would go in and be with the band. It depends on what band, obviously, but the producer will basically come in with the band and also help with the arrangement of the tracks while tracking the album. And, you know, producer also does all the miking and, you know, all the preparing and all of that shit that needs to be done for a band to record an album. I think nowadays that role has changed a little bit, where a lot of the bands have become their own producers. Or like in my case, you know, you become the producer, you become the mixer, you become this entity that wants to do everything and wants to have complete control over everything. Now, some people, they can't have it like that, because, you know, some people just can't take the role of a producer. I've discovered myself that I can't take on the role as a mixer, for instance, so I leave that to someone else to do it, because I'm just not good enough. But the producing aspect, I am sort of, I can go by being a producer, because, you know, I know my shit, or I know how I want my shit to sound, so I try and produce it myself. I think it's definitely gone from this part where the producer has a massive role as an outsider with a band, to where right now the producer role has switched into the band a little bit. Obviously, it still depends on the band, you know, I would say, but it's probably more common nowadays that it is like that. Okay, good question. Salatomic, hey Ola, I have a big problem. Oh, big. That's what she said. And I need your help. I am buying studio monitors, and now, which do you have? And what do you think of the JBL LSR 305? Great question. Just like all the other questions on FAQ with Ola, I just picked the greatest questions from the greatest guys. Now, the studio monitor world is something I have decided not to venture into too much, just like outboard processing. I know if I would venture into this world of outboard processing and also studio monitors, that it's going to be a very expensive trip. Pretty early on when I started producing, I just mixed with whatever I had at the moment. So like, you know, computer speakers. I had Altec Lansing speakers in my absolute first demos. I don't know if you guys remember that, if you're an old-time viewer, but I was mixing my shit on a subwoofer and 2 computer speakers. You know, you just have to get used to the sound that you're getting from your speaker and your situation, and that's usually enough. I have Din Audio Lid 8s right now and a Yamaha subwoofer, and that's what I've been using for the past 5 years, I think. I'm very happy with the setup, but I was really happy with the previous setup as well, which was, I think I had Behringers. I had Genelecs before that, and it was like, you know, people tell you that the Genelecs are good, and they were good, but then I heard the Behringer equivalent, and I was like, oh, these are also good. But, you know, they cost like almost half. I'm definitely not the right guy to ask for this, and as I said before, I'm not really good at mixing either. These are definitely not amateur studio monitors. These are high-end monitors right there, so they are bound to sound really well. But I know there's a lot of other brands out there, and Opals and Adams and a shit ton of brands that make really kick-ass studio monitors, but I just don't dare go there, man. It's an expensive journey and trip. So, you know, these have served me well. I found a really great pair, and that's it. I'm probably not going to change for a really, really good time or a long while. So there you go. I have nothing to say about the JBL LSR 305. I have no idea what they sound like, but I guess they'll probably sound good. If there's people using them, people are probably liking them. That's my guess right there. And that, my friends, was the last question. I hope you enjoyed this little FAQ session together. And also, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section of this video, and I'll post a couple of links of other videos you might watch if you want. I have some Swolas and some mystery rigs and all that. Go ahead and watch them. I'll put a link somewhere here, okay? And also, olenglundshop.com. You can buy merch. Thank you. Goodbye, guys.